I'm okay with voting on this tonight, but I guess my question is, if we're going to be, it seems to me we have to look at these two pieces together, the windows and it would make sense to look at the windows and the boiler together, so I'm wondering if it would make sense to discuss this in 2 weeks, because then we may be able to do one of these, what I presume are higher priority projects, phase 1 or phase 2. They cost more. I'm assuming that they'd have more benefit to the school, so I'm just wondering if we should delay it 2 weeks.
But you'll need more money to do that because of the price of the boiler being higher than we anticipated. We're at least, what, $25,000, $27,000 over the $500,000 that was approved at referendum. So no matter how you look at it, we would end up having to, get an approval for more money. If this council wants to go for that would be another question. But it seems like we could vote for this, talk about the boiler, and vote on that hopefully next time we meet. And then if the Board of Education wants to come back and request a little more money, then we could talk about that.
Go ahead, Tim.
Thanks, Matt. Yeah, I understand what you're saying, Matt, about needing more money. If we stayed, where I was going with this in my mind, I didn't explain it at all. When you mentioned the PBC reviewing the bid, I was wondering, did this number, I don't recall going back 2 or 3 months in time, but what I was thinking is, did we get a bid for 180 and decide to go with the lowest bid? And then there was the second lowest bid, we'll just say, for example, at 210. Then when this jumps from, say, 180 to 230, PBC would be going back to look at the bid again and say 210 was lower than 230.
Are you talking windows or boiler?
Boiler.
Okay.
Boiler. And I know that's a separate issue, but then I was wondering, do you add the 210 for, is that the case? Do you understand what I'm saying? I mean, will this still be the lowest bid? Even if it goes from, just say from 180 to 230, and I don't know exactly what the numbers are. But.
Yeah, we can't, we can't count the December 20th bids as the low bid. Our December 20th bids were significantly lower than our recent bids for the boiler, but that's gone. We can't say that was the low bidder because that was come and gone.
Because we're in the contractual situation.
It's not an easy issue, but the low bidder on December 20th, the PBC approved the contract to the low bidder, and the town council approved the award to the low bidder. But the low bidder had the exception because we exceeded the 45-day award time, and he was seeking additional funds.
Okay, and I guess my question is, though, and maybe this is irrelevant, but is the low bidder, if we could go back in time, is it still the low bidder in relationship? Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I don't think we could resurrect the December 20th bids in any way, shape, or form.
If I may, if you remember, they wanted the extra $16,000, so that immediately made their low bid a little bit higher.
Yeah.
And then I presume that I think they were told, you bid on this, this is your price, that's the way it's going to be. They refused to go and do it for that price. They wanted the extra $16,000. That became a bone of contention, very much so at Public Building. They rebid it again, and Connecticut Combustion was not the low bidder. It was another company. So this is the third time, and this has been very frustrating for myself as the liaison, for Joe, for the Public Building Commission. It has been somewhat controversial based on everything that we just discussed, and I think I don't need to fill in the details. But I think I'll get back to my point, is we need to focus on the windows here and move this along and see how people feel about it. And next meeting, we'll definitely be talking about the Norton boiler.
All right.
And we'll have this conversation right now, hopefully. Okay?
Okay, yeah. I mean, I'll definitely support this. We're going through with part of the project, a different part, but we're going through part of the project, so let's move forward. But there will be some conversation, I think, in 2 weeks.
Yes, lengthy, I'm sure. A lot of players in that game want to speak. Okay, any further questions, comments, members of the council? Members of the public? Member of the public?